I've never seen such a bizarre wedding scene. The priest asked Old Ma, "Do you take Penny as your wife?" Old Ma decisively answered, "No." This left everyone bewildered. Then, Old Ma explained the reason. "Ever since I talked with Pierre last time, he opened up a new world for me." Lisa, puzzled, asked, "What's going on?" Pierre hurriedly explained, "I didn't talk with her, I talked with Penny. It's not what you think, not like that." Seeing the odd look between the two, Lisa took a deep breath, then smiled and walked up to Penny. Old Ma also gave Pierre a hard punch and went off to find his new world, leaving Pierre and Penny holding their faces, looking at each other with a smile. What exactly is going on here? The story starts a few days ago. Pierre is the owner of a small factory, with 2 lovely kids and a kind and beautiful wife. Penny is a receptionist at a company and has a handsome boyfriend. The 4 of them are quite familiar with each other. At the dinner table, Old Ma suddenly announced that they were getting married on Saturday. This made Pierre a bit disappointed. Later, the 2 went on a boat, planning to wrap this up. The next day, Pierre's friend came looking for him. Pierre, shirtless, walked out. "You called me. What's up?" The friend said, "I'm looking for Pierre." "I am Pierre. Go ahead." The friend awkwardly walked away, mainly because the bright lights were blinding. Pierre went back to the cabin and put on his clothes. Looking at the bed, he was startled. "Why am I still in bed?" Penny was also startled. It turned out that last night, they swapped bodies. "This must be a dream. Come and slap me." "It's useless. How about you kill me? Because dreaming of death will wake you up. Come on, smother me with a pillow." At this moment, Lisa called. Penny quickly answered. It turned out Pierre's son had an accident and was now in the hospital. The 2 hurriedly drove to the hospital. Pierre had become a woman, so there was no choice. She asked Penny to go up and show some concern for the son. Penny braced herself and went up. Fortunately, the son's issue wasn't serious. He just got hit by a basketball while playing. Lisa was very concerned about Penny, which made Penny a bit uncomfortable. In a hurry, they found an excuse to leave, and for a while, they couldn't switch back. The 2 decided to return to each other's homes. As soon as PA entered, Old Ma tried to give a kiss, but PA ducked away. Then, he hurriedly hid in the bathroom. Things weren't going smoothly for Pan Ching either. She couldn't find the cooking ingredients. A man and a woman suddenly swapped bodies. And to avoid being found out, they returned to each other's homes. Old Ma wanted to give PA a big massage to relax, but Lisa wanted Pan Jinner to hand in her homework, but the problem was she didn't know how to use this body. So, she hid in her daughter's room and slept there for the night. Meanwhile, Pierre was avoiding sharing a bed with Old Ma and spent the night on the sofa. Even when Old Ma came over for a kiss, Pierre just slapped him away. As Pan Jinner, acting as the dad, had to take the kid to school. Let's just say, this female driver was quite unreliable. When they met, Pierre asked, "What is this? Is this your car?" "I meant, what's that red stuff on the car?" "Oh, that? Your car accidentally ran into a red car, so it got some red paint on it." Pierre was speechless with anger. They went to consult a doctor about what to do. The doctor said, "Since you swapped during a conversation, just have another conversation to swap back." So, they went back to the boat, but they weren't interested in their own bodies. Pan Nier went to Pierre's company to work, messed up the meeting, and even gave Old Ma a kiss, leaving him completely baffled. Pierre went to where Pan Nier worked, and unfortunately, had a major accident. Even worse, Pierre has been squeamish about blood since childhood, so Old Ma and Pan Jin planned to adopt a child, but when they saw the psychologist, Pierre had no idea what to say. After a bunch of nonsense, the doctor rejected their application. At night, when Pierre dressed like this, Dad Old Ma was utterly speechless. No matter what Old Ma said, Pierre wasn't interested. The only thing that got a response was anything about Pierre. This made Old Ma even more depressed. Pan Jin, at Pierre's house, was either cooking or cleaning every day. Lisa was quite surprised, saying, "I never knew you were so diligent before. Are you hiding something from me?" Pan Jinner had to make up an excuse to brush it off. To better adapt to each other's lives, you must first learn to adapt to each other's bodies. The 2 of them taught each other to perceive details through video. While Pan Jinner was learning traditional crafts, she was caught red-handed by Lisa. Pan Jinner was teaching leather crafting in the office. Under her step-by-step guidance, she quickly got into the groove. However, the sound from their video was so loud that the receptionist thought something was happening. Even Pan Jin was scratching his head and rubbing his hands constantly. Saturday is the day of Pan Jin's wedding. When Pan Jin came here to pick out clothes, he didn't expect that Pai Yi had arrived early, already changed into his outfit, and even got a new hairstyle. A man and a woman suddenly swapped bodies, and they started a mutual harm mode. Pai Yi used Pan Jin's beautiful body to strike indecent poses at the factory. This made Pan Jin very angry, so he went back and gave his colleague Lao Ma a double salary raise. This surprised Pai Yi, and he could only become the president. The PA was furious after hearing this. Lao Ma was even more confused. "I got a promotion and a raise, and you're not happy about it." He angrily slammed the door and left. Two kids were fighting over a toy. Pan Jin tried to mediate but accidentally tore the toy. At this moment, PA arrived, scolded the kids, sat next to Pan Jin, and hoped to stay here for a few days. He said he had a fight with Lao Ma. In a fit of anger, Lao Ma cancelled the wedding. Li Sha held PA in her arms to comfort him. Pan Jin wanted to ask what was going on but could only worry on the side. At night, they heard noises in the room and thought there was a burglar. Lisa asked Pan Jin to go check, and he found Pai Yi sneaking food. They started talking about the good deeds each had done. Why did you cancel the engagement with Lao Ma? Then why did you give Lao Ma a promotion and a raise? While they were whispering, Lisa came over. What are you two doing up so late? I'm unhappy about canceling the engagement, so I'm eating something. He's unhappy, so I'm comforting him. Lisa didn't say anything and walked away. After that, Pan Jin went to Lao Ma's house. Lao Ma had dismantled the prepared children's room and was venting by frantically smashing things. Pan Jin quickly went over to comfort him, first taking Lao Ma out for boxing, then to a sauna. Faced with Pan Jin's heartfelt conversation, old Ma suddenly felt that this was true love. Then, the atmosphere started to feel off. After that, they opened the door to a new world. Pan Jin harshly scolded Pai Yi, blaming him for ruining his entire life. After that, the two parted on bad terms. Pai Yi thought about it and realized he had gone too far, so he reconnected with his therapist. First, he apologized for his previous rudeness, then said a lot of touching things, finally moving the therapist. Meanwhile, Pan Jin was very depressed, but PA took advantage of Pan Jin's body to mingle with beautiful women, taking full advantage of them. The two planned to have a good talk on the boat. A drunk PA slipped and fell into the water. Pan Jin quickly went down, pulled him up, and after dragging him to the cabin, hurriedly performed CPR on him. However, at that moment, something magical happened. Their bodies switched back. Just as they were about to celebrate, Pan Jin called a halt at the crucial moment. I finally got my body back and I don't want to switch again. Soon, it was Pan Jin's wedding day. But as the ceremony began, the atmosphere felt a bit off. The priest asked old Ma, "Do you take Pan Jin as your wife?" "No." This left Pan Jin very surprised. Old Ma explained that although the adoption agency agreed, he changed his mind. A child shouldn't grow up under lies. Because Pai Yi opened the door to a new world for me. This left the family and friends very surprised. Lisa questioned Pai Yi about what was going on, but Pai Yi stammered, not knowing how to answer. Lisa seemed to suddenly understand something. Old Ma seemed to understand too. After that, he went to find his new world. Next, Pierre and Penny got together. At this time, Penny was pregnant. They didn't care about the kids at home but started discussing ethical issues. Under what circumstances did Penny get pregnant? In the end, who is the child's mother? The movie, She is He, ends here. A bizarre French film, with its quirky plot and strange ending. I can only say, it's very French. Alright. If you want to see more great movie reviews, please follow me. Bye bye.